Wednesday, January the 11th, 2023. Anachronism 3828 is called The Death of a Very Close Friend. Starts with a quote. A cup drips air, peanuts fester. John Ashbery. And a difficult one at that, but one to the end, I can say, which felt like abandonment, more so than a passing, as these things often must surely seem. But this being the first of such of its kind, perhaps even the last, which was brought about by the literal end of a life, how am I to blather on with any authority about that solemn notion? All the rest of mine have come to terminations much less mortally and more metaphorically. Either way, such an ending is physical, visceral. But when I heard of his passing, all I could think was how he'd been the one friendship to which I had found it once necessary to finalize. And yet, fortune of fortunes, until the sad day of his demise, he instead remained cordial, empathetic, understanding, and with that familiarity that comes from the hundreds of hours one puts into these things we call the real deal. Even as all the others disappeared in the wake of a path of some delusion, of some destruction, as far as I still know. Don't ask me to do any further research, however. They're all still out there, cold hearts bumping away at some place out of my periphery, which sure is another way to be dead. But this one, who is gone for real, not just dead to me or dead specifically for me, is actually gone. And I miss him. And that familiarity. And take comfort in the hard fact that I could never simply slip into an abject avoidance of his existence, even after our unfortunate but necessary falling out. It remains one of life's greatest mysteries to me how anyone would even find that both feasible and possible. Friendship as a capitalistic investment, perhaps, a metaphor really, but a real way to see it. More as that which sustains. Have mercy on those who see humility as anything else, and on those of us who see it as so big, these bonds so irrevocable, but more than anything, a deep gratitude for this friend, and of his rare choice of a palpable, if not yet a mostly performative permanence against the definitive transience of life, this existence which, in reality, of course, sure, is nothing less than and nothing more than ephemeral.